Hello and welcome to jasonnewland.com. My name's Jason Newland. Hi Robin. I'm on TikTok as I make the recording. I've been making quite a few changes to my podcasts and stuff. So I thought I'd tell you about it because it's interesting. Maybe not. So please only listen when you can safely close your eyes. What I can do potentially is get my laptop up here if I'm gentle, so I don't disrupt everything. Oh, it's logged me out of everything. Brilliant. What wonderfulness. What? Update complete. So it's updated my computer. I didn't want it up to update my computer. What's it doing that for? So I've been thinking that do I need really lots of different versions of the same recording? And another thing is, do I really need lots and lots of different podcasts? So I come to the conclusion, no, to both those questions. And I have decided, yes, I have. And what I'm gonna do is, or have been doing, is changing stuff. So I now have a new website called jasonnewland.store, where all my old recordings will be living, and you can download them from there. So at the moment, if I go into that, jasonnewland.store, STORE. So I need to make some changes to get it up to date, but at the moment we have 1,564 recordings from the Let Me Bore You to Sleep catalogue, one all the way through to 1,564, with a few missing. A few along the way have kind of run away, but most of them are there. So you can download all of those. And now what I'm going to be doing, most of them are just the normal length. What I'm going to do now is upload just the 10-hour, overnight versions, which will last about 10 hours. The ones available to download will not have music because I don't own the copyright to the music. So it'll all be without music, okay? And I just having a look. What other things do I have on here? Oh, okay, podcasts. Let's just check. Hypnosis for sleeping. Oh, nope. That's just taking me to the podcast. Right, so basically there's a lot for me to do. Wow, okay, there is a lot for me to do on this website. So at the moment, the Let Me Bore You to Sleep ones are on the first page, and you can literally just go view all, and it will take you probably about a year to get through them. Oh, what I didn't realise until after that, once you view all, it also takes you down to the bottom of the page and it's got collections. So there's Sleepy Boring Objects, Bedtime Story Time. So there'll be a collection of stuff that you're also going to be able to download, but they will not be available online anywhere else, apart from maybe on YouTube, if I've done videos. I've cleaned up my YouTube channel as well. So I had 4,000 videos on there a couple of days ago. Now, according to this, I've got 2,600 videos. So I have pretty much got rid of. There's still some work to do. I think I completed it actually, but trying to keep just the long versions of anything. Plus, it's mainly the videos will be me on camera as well. Yeah, got rid of all the playlists. I might make some playlists up again, but at the moment, just leave it as it is. I'm actually, right now, I'm waiting for my supermarket delivery. Now, I haven't had a supermarket delivery for a long time. Long time. And because I struggle with the bending over, picking stuff up because of my back. So I thought, so I'll be getting Uber Eats to deliver my groceries, and it's so expensive. It's like super expensive. So what I've done is I kind of thought, right, I'll try and get a delivery. And I think I've got so much more and saved myself a fair bit of money. It just means I'm going to have to do a lot of bending over. So, hello anyone that's listening or watching on YouTube. Laura says, can you say hi, Laura? No. So, let's have a look. The podcasts themselves, so if I go onto there, oh no, it's my website. My website is still the same, and from now on I'll be changing the website over. I'm changing the podcast over on the website, so it'll be two different versions: overnight with music and overnight without music, or voice only, for each of the recordings. The reason for that is basically I figured everything I do now is based to help people sleep, even if it's whatever it is. Really, it's a sleep recording. It's a sleep hypnosis recording. Even if it's to stop smoking, or if it's to help with chronic pain or whatever, it's still a sleep hypnosis recording. And the Let Me Bore You to Sleeps are also sleep recordings. So I figured if it's a sleep recording, it might as well be an overnight recording lasting up to 10 hours. So that's what I'm going to be doing from now on. And what I've also done, I've been thinking about this for a while, so it's not like something I've just done off the spur at the moment. Maybe. Is I had way too many way too many podcasts. I really only want one podcast. One thing. Hello everyone that's on TikTok. I only really want one podcast. And the Let Me Bore You to Sleep seems to be the podcast that makes sense to keep. But I will still be uploading hypnosis recordings, sleep recordings. So who am I talking to? I've got an audience in front of me. Josh, is not one who I'm talking to. I'm on stage. I've actually got a room full of people that are listening to me. I'm actually making a video, a recording, podcast. See, this is just for anyone that just wants to, listen. Okie doke. Cool. So what I'm going to do is sort out my jasonnewland.store and find out how many. I just make sure that every single recording I can find that's like 10 hours worth is on there. And then I will get rid of those podcasts so that they'll only be available on that website to download. Stuff that I don't really do regularly. Things that almost stuff that I haven't done for ages, like the bedtime stories, Jason's bedtime story time. Yeah. And I don't really do the whisper ones so much, like the whisper hypnosis anymore. But for me, the ASMR whisper hypnosis is, I do softly spoken hypnosis, sleep hypnosis. So yeah, we'll see. Just having a look. So just looking at I need to make a few changes, lots of changes to the for the collections. So I've got stress and pain relief. These are the collections that are on my website, the jasonnewland.store. Stress and pain relief, let me bore your pain away, let me bore you to sleep, Jason's bedtime story time, sleepy boring objects, ASMR deep sleep whisper hypnosis, ASMR let me bore you to sleep, relax and sleep hypnosis daily, stop smoking, stop nail biting. There's one that's not on there, and I don't know why it's not on there, to be fair, which is the relaxation for stress and panic attacks. I've got no idea why that's not on there. So what I'm going to do is, without music, so I've got all of those saved separately, so I'm going to have to upload them all, because I don't really make them anymore either. But I did those. There's like 200 and something, just under 300. Nope, about 250, 249, something like that. 201 to 250, 240. So I've got 240 relaxation hypnosis for stress, and the last one I did was May 2025. So I did it for a few years. So what I'll do is I'll upload those, and they'll all be available to download on my website, jasonnewland.store. That's it. And then I will delete the podcasts, because I don't get a lot of traffic anyway, and I don't know what I'm going to do about the whole, because when I break it down, there's only 3 podcasts that are kind of popular, really. So, but there's 2 main ones: Hypnosis for Sleeping Deeply and Let Me Bore You to Sleep. Creeping up behind it is the sleep hypnosis one, and also ASMR deep sleep whisper. So everything else is going to go, but I'm thinking I still want to get it down to just one podcast, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do that, because on the hypnosis for sleeping deeply, I do also add my Let Me Bore You to Sleep podcasts. So I was thinking maybe I'll just add my hypnosis recordings to my Let Me Bore You to Sleep podcasts. That makes sense. And also something I've done is, for example, for Let Me Bore You to Sleep, they're all in like 10 hours. They're all overnight ones. Voice and music. Overnight with voice, overnight with music only. And they only go back to the beginning of this year. So all the older stuff is on my website now. If you want to listen to any of the older stuff, whether from last year or 2024, 2023, 2022, 2021, 2020, 2019, 2018. So if you want to listen to any of those years, you can. But you'll have to go to Michelle, hi, it's not working on your website. What's not working? Maybe Michelle. What's not working, please? Okay, if I turn the volume down. Okay, I think I know what you're talking. I think I know. Right, that's working. The playlist? Yeah, all the playlists have gone now. I have to change those. But all the recordings, the Let Me Bore You to Sleep ones, are now on jasonnewland.store. And I will change the playlist on the website as well, so that'll basically just have a link to there. And I mean, at the moment, yeah, I'll click on playlists. Let Me Bore You to Sleep. If you click on playlists, Let Me Bore You to Sleep. I got you. Yeah, all the playlists are gone, so I got rid of all of those. My podcast host is in a process of kind of upping the price to like £400 a month. So because I had so many recordings on there, like so many thousands and thousands of recordings. So what I'm going to do, they're all available though, but just go to jasonnewland.store. Just fine. They're all still there. Nothing's lost. It's just they are all they're all on that one. So jasonnewland.store. Literally on the very first page, all the Let Me Bore You to Sleep ones are there. But I have to do like a cross-link situation. But it will be all sorted. I'm going to spend the next week. I spent the last 2 days working on this, or the last 3 days. I'm going to spend the next week working on trying to tidy up everything as much as possible. And hopefully by the end of next week, it will all be done. Hopefully. And it will all be sorted. I mean, at least it will be pretty much done, because it's very, very time consuming. Very time consuming. The uploading, the downloading, the images, it's like so much involved, so it's going to take a while, but it'll be there. We'll get there. I'm still not sure what to do regarding I'm still not what to do regarding the actual I just don't know what to do. I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do with the podcast, because I've got too many. I've got too many. That's the bottom line. So I need to sort that out. But I'm in the process of it now. And so if I look at the podcasts that I've got, so many. There really is so many. And how many have I got on that one? 429 episodes of the Hypnosis Daily. So I'm going to have to get rid of those, organise that, so then that's all sorted. So it's just going to take a little while. I have to make sure that I don't delete stuff before I've saved it. And I mean, luckily the jasonnewland.store has had stuff on there for years. It's been one of my places where I've kept stuff. Sort of, it's a Shopify site which I've had for many years. Probably, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. So a lot of my stuff's on there already kind of saved. So it's not going to take. It's still going to take quite a lot of effort to get everything on there, but it's 70% done. 70%. Wow, 211. So yeah. So at the moment, what I'm in the process of doing is, I can tell you right now, stress and pain relief. I have uploaded 48 stress and pain relief recordings. So that's all done. So I got rid of that podcast. So all 48 are available for you to download. And then next to that, collections is Let Me Bore Your Pain Away. And so far I got 23 done out of, okay, so 37. Let Me Bore Your Pain Away. This would be more interesting if you could see on the screen what I'm doing, but you can't. How many did I do in the end of the Let Me Bore Your Pain Away? 39, 41, 42, 43, 44. Yeah, so I've done 44 Let Me Bore Your Pains Away. And I'm now in the middle of uploading. I've uploaded 37. So there's a few more to upload. So 38 I need to upload now. 38 overnight. So it's just a case of doing that. So I'm downloading them from one podcast, then I'm going to upload them to the website, making them available for anyone to download them. Yeah. So once I've done that one, I would then move to a different podcast. I'm not sure which one next. I'm not sure. Probably. Once I've got that, so Let Me Bore Your Pain Away, I'll get rid of that. That'll be gone. Then I'll start looking at probably the Stop Smoking hypnosis one. There's not that many on there really, to be fair. So no music, 10 hours. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 6 recordings on the Stop Smoking 10-hour ones, the overnight ones that I'll be uploading. So that'll be done. I'll do that probably tomorrow. Then I'll get rid of that podcast off of the thing, because I don't get many people really like going on there. 165 for the last month. But it'll be available on my website, jasonnewland.store. And I will mention the .store, jasonnewland.store, every time I do recording, every time I do a video, so people will start getting used to it. And there'll be a link from my website as well. Then, when I've done that, I'll probably move on to Stop Nail Biting, which there is 2. Yeah, it's only 2. So that's not going to take a lot of effort, and that'll be gone, because that doesn't really get much traffic at all, if anything, to be fair. Podcast statistics. Okay, so I've got 63 of the last month. Had 415 total downloads since last August. So it's anyone that follows me regularly, I mean, there's going to be people that come across me by accident. Minnie Michelle says I've got to go, so thank you. See ya. I mean, having lots of podcasts, people are going to more likely come across me accidentally, but at the same time, it's too many podcasts, and I need to start streamlining, not for any reason other than to make things a bit easier for people and easier to find. Because if you go on the Let Me Boy to Sleep, to have 6 different versions of every recording, things like you can't find stuff. It's just too much to go through. So I think it's easier just to have 2 versions, one with music, one without music, and then at the end of the month, or the end of like 2 months or whatever, the previous month will be taken off. So there's always at least a month's worth of recordings on there. They'll be taken off and they'll be added to the jasonnewland.store. Although they will be anyway, but only the ones without music. So yeah, just listen, because I do lots of updated stuff. I'm constantly making new recordings, so it's not like I've just made one recording, maybe do one DVD or one CD or one album every year. I'm doing the equivalent of an album, sometimes 2 albums every day, sometimes. So 2 long recordings. So this should be a way of making things a little bit easier, and at the same time also syncing up everything from my jasonnewland.com website, and then signposts to the store, and having the store different. I mean, the store will be, if things go well, eventually I'll maybe have it as like a charge, people can pay for stuff. At the moment everything's free, but maybe in the future I can have it so people pay. So the podcast will only have the latest recordings. It won't be loads and loads and loads, and you won't be getting notifications of like non-stop new recordings, because there'll only be a maximum of 2 per download, or per upload, or per new recording, which I think in a way I think would be easier. Now, is it me? I've got my iPad connected to the to the TV, but it doesn't seem to be recording properly. I don't know why. Unless it's in slow motion. I have to check this out. I hope it's recording okay. Still haven't had a shave. Tomorrow I'm going to shave my head and I'm going to shave my beard. Oh yes. Either that or Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday. I don't know. At some time. So I will then probably move to... I've even got a podcast for requested recordings. I'm not sure if anyone's ever listened to that podcast. Okay, yeah, 30. No one. I've had 45 downloads, but nothing this month or in the last 30 days. And then, the Let Me Bore You to Sleep podcast, how many people actually listen to that? What was I saying? Oh yeah. So these, working on the podcasts, I think the website's pretty good actually. It's not a bad little website. It needs work because at the moment I do still think I just want to be Let Me Bore You to Sleep, but at the same time have the hypnosis recordings on there. And I don't want to lose all my listeners, well not all of them. I don't want to lose the listeners that use the Let Me Bore the hypnosis podcasts if I delete the hypnosis podcasts, even though I'm still making the recordings and putting them onto Let Me Bore You to Sleep. But won't people look for me? People that are used to sort of listening. I don't know. Just seems like it's a much better way to do it, in a way, rather than having lots. But then I suppose there's nothing to stop me from having the 3 podcasts or something, which is not lots of them. So keep the... I was just thinking, I think it'd be absolutely fine. In my mind, I'm talking it through really. It's fine to keep the Hypnosis of Sleeping Deeply. That is my most popular podcast. To delete that would be probably silly. My second most popular is Let Me Bore You to Sleep. Sometimes they tie, but yeah. And third, it's kind of weird because I've got a very new podcast called Sleep Hypnosis, and it has become, apart from today, no, including today, wow, okay, it's become quite well listened to, and it was only at the end of January that I kind of started it. So I had 805 downloads, 623 in the last 30 days. So maybe it was like more beginning of January. And it's only been 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st of this month, February 2026, where the stats have grown. So I'm thinking that's also a good place to have my stuff. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'll keep that podcast. And then I'm thinking, what about a Deep Sleep Whisper? But if I'm going to keep the Deep Sleep Whisper, I need to have whisper recordings on there, not just put all of my recordings, all of my hypnosis recordings, even though people are listening to them. It kind of, I don't know. In the last 30 days, I've had 2,058 listens on my Deep Sleep Whisper, on the Hypnosis Sleeping Deeply, the last 30 days I've had 12,750 downloads. Let Me Bore You to Sleep on here, 10,440. Though the last 2 days have been a bit rubbish, but that's because I've taken a load off and I haven't made a new recording for a few days. So so I'm thinking, let me just see what that is. Yeah, daily hypnosis. I was getting quite a few there, but it's not. Again, it's relax and sleep hypnosis daily. That is still, maybe I'll have that as well. It just seems that I don't want to have lots of different ones with the same stuff on there, but people are listening. So yeah, the podcast stats for that one, 2,669 for the last month, and it's only this month that I've actually been getting many. One day I got 312, 245, 245, 188. 2 days ago 158, 61, 29 today, very low. But then I've not added. It's a weird one. I don't know quite what to make of it all. If I got rid of that one, it was created 2 years ago, so it's not like it's like super established like some of the others. I mean, Deep Sleep Whisper was created a year ago. Okay, fair enough. Oh yeah, Let Me Bore You to Sleep created 2 years ago, because I had a lot of problems with the podcasts and stuff. That's another reason why I kind of want to get rid of some of them. And I'm going to get also, when everything's sorted out, I will be getting rid of the SoundCloud ones as well, because potentially I'll have to wait and see about that. But it's just, it doesn't, I mean, I think some of the, I'll have to check where the SoundCloud ones are being listened from, if that makes sense, because the SoundCloud ones I'm getting So look at the stats of one of the SoundCloud. I've got 2 SoundCloud ones. One's for the sleep hypnosis, what is it, profile, hypnosis for sleeping deeply. So the last 30 days on that one I've had 6,320. So people that aren't listening on the other ones are listening on these ones. So yeah, it seems a shame. I kind of don't really want to get rid of it all, particularly because, I mean, just this one podcast has had 2,547,841 plays since 2016. And if I go out of there and I click into the other one, sign in, continue, right, I'll try and do this one. I've been listening to episodes, or watching episodes, not episodes, extras on BBC iPlayer. It's weird, all these different streaming channels, and I'm watching the free one. Well, that's not free because TV license. There's a couple of bits that's really had me laughing. Like, I've seen it before, but really, there's a bit with Keith Chegwin where he's basically, he's got a line. We actually can't. He's in the sitcom that Ricky Gervais is doing, or Andy Millman, the character, and his line is just to walk in and say, "I'm sorry I'm late. I was at my sister's funeral." Like, he walks in with a big smile on his face. Hi, and like, stop. The thing is, Keith Chegwin, he's not with us anymore, unfortunately. He was known for being smiley and chirpy and stuff, like on stage, on TV, I mean. And it's just very funny. Let me see if this will do the job. Right. So this is the Let Me Bore You to Sleep. Let Me Bore You to Sleep on SoundCloud. SoundCloud. So the last 30 days has only been 706 plays. No, there isn't. That was this week, sorry. The last 30 days, 3,871. And all time 1,002,042. So, okay, blimey. It's weird though, because I mean, it's gone down. I mean, I think more people are listening on the other one, but it's still quite a few, isn't it? You think, work it out. 30 days, 3,871. What's the other one? 6,000. So it's 10,000 plays I'm going to lose if I get off of SoundCloud. Probably not a good idea, is it? 10,000 a month. Still not a lot. I know it's like 120,000 a year, but it's something. So I need to figure out where it's connected to. I think I'm doing a good job of being boring today. You can't argue that one. This has got to be the most boring podcast anyone's ever made. Ever. So my delivery's coming between 6:30 and 7:30. So I've no idea when it's going to be here. Well, I do. It's between 6:30 and 7:30, but I don't actually know. Like, unless they send a text saying, "Oh, we'll be here soon. We'll be here soon." I mean, I suppose I could try and get a delivery that delivers with carrier bags. I don't know. I'm not even sure if there's enough room in my fridge for the stuff that I've ordered. Because I've spent the same amount of money that I would spend on, but I suppose a big delivery with Uber Eats is 3 bags. This is going to be 3 or 4 trolley or 3 or 4 crates. So it's a lot more stuff, but for the same amount of money. I've even got a little dessert I think I treated myself to. I bought some bacon. Don't normally eat bacon, but I thought, you know what? Because the last time I bought anything from Sainsbury's, I bought some bacon. It's that long ago. And that doesn't make sense, does it, at all? Wow, that was a long time ago if you bought bacon. No, there's no logic to that sentence at all. No, it doesn't make sense. But I said it with a degree of confidence, didn't I? A degree of confidence that maybe made it sound like, yeah, that made sense. That you haven't had bacon for a long time, clearly. So if the last time you bought stuff from Sainsbury's you had bacon on the menu or in the delivery, that was years ago, baby. But it doesn't make sense. There's no logic to that. I mean, if I said, oh, the last time I went to Sainsbury's I bought myself a big thick hairbrush, you could say, well, that was clearly a long time ago because you don't have enough hair for a thick hairbrush to be of use. Or, I don't know, I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, if the last time I ordered something from Sainsbury's, there were, some prophylactics, rubber johnnies, we call them in this country. And you say, well, that's got to be decades ago then. He said rubber johnnies. That's what we used to call them at school. Donkeys. Donkeys? I'm sure we used to call them donkeys. That's such a weird name. A donkey. Oh, that's weird, isn't it? A donkey. Is it a donkey? I think it might have been a donkey, was what we called them when I was at school. I didn't know what it was for. I thought it was like, it's an emergency. If you really needed to go do a wee, you could, like, an emergency to kind of, if you didn't have a bottle or anything. It's amazing how long they go, isn't it? Like, if you really fill them. It's like, it's different size. It don't need just one size. Because even the smallest balloons, if you fill them up, they become huge. Especially if you fill them up with water, for example. Or gel, or something, I don't know, hair gel or Brill cream, or I don't know, something like that, icing. They really expand. So why would you need more than one size? Kind of. And why don't they make any ones like normal size ones that are, why are they all so big and just, they just hang off? I mean, what's the point in that? I mean, I'm trying to think, what's that thing that, not a tent, a torquay? What's that thing? If you go to a wedding, you've got that big, like, outside thing, like a big massive tent, and loads of people are inside eating sandwiches and being wedding-y. Torquay. I actually worked in a place years ago which did those things, and it was a bit of a grubby job. My job was to clean all the like the polls. Torquay, Torku, Torty, Torporty, Porku. It's probably one of those words, because I was looking at a word the other day. It did not look right. Do you know what I mean? Just didn't look right. Like, that word doesn't look right. I'm looking at it, but it don't look right. I'm looking at it, it's on the paper. It don't look right. And I said to someone, look, does that look right to you? My neighbour, he was up here, and he said, yeah, it's your name. I know, but it doesn't look right. So how can your name not look right? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. So I'm in the middle of watching the very, very... It's not the last episode. I've already watched the last episode of Extras. This is the Christmas special, so I'm about halfway through. And I was an extra once, and I wish that I'd kept it up. I really do. It would have been... I mean, it could have led somewhere, I don't know. But I was an extra at my comedy club, and I was just in the background, in a bar, drinking. That was it. And that was really it. But in the movie, it was Billy Connolly was starring in it. And I've got no idea what the movie was called. And this was just one day of filming, or one afternoon, pretty much, or one day, and they had to be out by a certain time because the club was open in the evening. So I think it was a Wednesday or a Thursday, I think, or maybe it was a Tuesday when they weren't open, possibly. So the good thing about it is I got paid twice, because I got paid from the company, the film company, and I also got paid by the owner of the comedy club to make sure that no one went behind the bar and took stuff. So I got paid twice. It was brilliant. I think they might have even used me as behind the bar scenes, because I was kind of behind the bar quite a lot. What I did notice though is, and I don't think I'd be a big fan of it, is the way they film stuff, and they keep filming it over and over again from different angles. But they'll have someone talking, and then I'll film the same scene from different... I suppose I'm just going to explain exactly what I just said, really, from different angles. But at what point does it just get really, really frustrating to just have to keep doing the same thing over and over again? I suppose it's less frustrating if you're earning loads of money doing it. I suppose. Maybe. But I am genuinely thinking about getting rid of the SoundCloud accounts. But I'll have to find out where they're being listened to, as far as... What? What on earth is going on here? Oh, okay. I just got distracted. There's boxing on tonight, and there's boxing on early hours in the morning, and I want to watch both, because they're both... One is not a world title. Tonight's not a world title, but it's between two former world champions, and it's an all-British fight, and it should be good. The one in the morning is Ryan Garcia is fighting for his world title, fighting for a world title, and it's his second attempt, I think, because it's his third attempt. Yeah, because Ryan Garcia Ryan Garcia fought. So I know he fought Gervonta Davis. That's unusual. So it wasn't for a world title. Very weird. He won the vacant WBC interim lightweight title in 2021 against Luke Campbell. He lost to Gervonta Davis, and then he fought for the WBC super lightweight title. It's cold in here. Against Devin Haney. So, alright, so the world title was not at stake. Really? I don't remember him fight. Oh, he did, didn't he? No, what, is it really Ryan Garcia? Really? Ryan Garcia? Huh. So he fought. Oh, here we go. Got to change this. Wait a second. Yeah, he fought Devin Haney 20th of April 2024. It wasn't at stake because Ryan Garcia did not hit weight, so he missed the weight. And why is it saying it? This isn't even true. Why is it saying it went the full 12 rounds against Devin Haney when it didn't at all? He knocked Devin Haney all around the ring. So that's weird. That doesn't make sense at all. Unless I just completely got it wrong and that never happened. It apparently went the full 12 rounds. That's very strange. That is very, very, very weird, because so it was a 12. It did go. It went the full 12 rounds. I didn't realise it had done that. It went. He knocked him down 3 times. So Ryan Garcia won. Then there was no contest because Ryan Garcia was found to have ostarine, which was some kind of enhancing substance or something. Is also fined 1.1 million and suspended for a year, as well as also losing £600,000 off his purse, the original purse, because he didn't hit weight. Wow. So 1.7 million he lost in that fight. So how much did he get paid for the fight is my question. Blimey. And then the next year, 13 months later, he fought Roland Romero, May 2025, and he lost unanimous for 12 rounds. And that was for the vacant WBA regular welterweight. So Rolando Romero, isn't he still world champion, or did he lose? No, he's still a world champion. That's the last time he fought. Yeah, that's it. It was Times Square. It was awful. I think that was the only. Was that the only decent fight on that card? Let's have a look. Oh. Fatal Fury. So there was quite a few different people. Who wait fight card? Yeah, that's it. Rolando Romero against Ryan Garcia was the headline. Devin Haney against Jose Ramirez was the co-main event, and then the Teofimo Lopez against Arnold Barboza was also there as well. And it was wasn't, there was a lot of criticism about the whole thing, and I can't remember, but only one of the fights were good. Definitely wasn't Devin Haney. Ever since he had the fight with Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney he seems to have lost his mojo. He'll probably get it back, but I think there was that degree of invincibility that he had, not like being tough, but just being like super skilled and outboxed everyone pretty much every round throughout his whole career, as a professional, until he fought Ryan Garcia. Yeah, and then after that he hasn't really been on form. He's still winning, but he just hadn't, Is he still the world champion though? Devin Haney. I don't know. So WBC lightweight. This is weird because. Oh, got ya. Right, so he went up in weight after beating George Kambosos twice, Vasily Lobachenko, Regis Prograis. So he went up a weight to win the WBC lightweight title. So I think he went up in weight again. So he fought Jose Ramirez and he fought Brian Norman Jr. to win the WBO welterweight title. Unanimous decision, but it still wasn't an exciting fight as far as I remember. But then, what do I know? I can't even remember that Ryan Garcia went the distance with, what's his name? That's weird. I'm sure that Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia got in the ring. My memory is Ryan Garcia kept knocking him down and they stopped it. And it was this big shock. But clearly didn't happen that way. The Mandela effect, or the Mandela effect. So I love my Mandela impression. My name is Mandela. My name is Nelson Mandela. How are you? It's turned more into a robot, a bit robotic these days, but I think if I can find something I can read out loud. Okay, let's have a look. Get a chocolate wrapper. Cadbury's Dairy Milk. The classic cream taste. The treat. Be treatwise.net. Supporting sustainable sausage cookout. Wrapped in 80% recycled plastic. Recycle me again. Find out now on reverse. Oh, I'm very interested. The accent's changing. Cook Our Life teaches farmers about good agricultural and environmental practices. 100% recycled plastic. Allocation through ISCC certified. Misbalance approach. Ooh. Scan for weather. Recycle. I can't read it. It's too small. Am I proud of myself? No. Yeah. So tonight will be the night. Let me realize. Broner. Adrian Broner. Okay, got it. Was now 6:48 and still have not had a delivery of my food, which makes me wonder. Just wondering. Just makes me wonder. Where is it? I could have downloaded everything. Why have I... Recent message. Okay. So what have I... How many have I uploaded now? Downloaded. .38, so I need to go to 39. Sorry about this, everyone. 39. 39, 39, 39, 39, 39. There we go. Download that. There you go. There you go, go. So yeah, it's sometimes I start these things and I think, oh, you know, why did I start? But it needs tidying up. It really do. It's, yeah, needs time. Really does need tidying up. So that's what I've been doing. I've been trying to get everything organised. jasonnewland.store is my website for all my podcasts, but jasonnewland.com is like my personal website, so you can still find everything on there. But for all my archived recordings for my store, jasonnewland.store is the place to go. Thousands of recordings on there already that you can download, currently for free. Yes, free. And then jasonnewland.com is my general website. You can go on. I mean, in a way, I'd quite like to. Maybe I need to just have just one website. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens this current, over the next week. Because I want to get it all sorted. Yeah, I want to get it all sorted out. But it seems to be going okay. Because the Let Me Bore Your Pain Away, I'm probably not going to do any more of them. It's hard. It's just... If I spread myself too thin, and I kind of... I don't work very well like that. I like to just... Oh, I can hear a delivery. I can literally hear it. I think there was someone there, but it was just a car, just a car. Wasn't as exciting as I thought. Vinny currently is at a neighbour's house, enjoying himself, running around. So I thought, while I'm doing, waiting for the delivery, might as well just do a little podcast, say a little hello, whilst I also download stuff and upload stuff and all that stuff. The YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, I'm quite happy with how it's going actually. It's slow, it's always going to be slow, but it's going okay. I did a recording the other day called Turn Off Your Mind and Sleep. And Friendly Toad says, had the best nap to this, thanks. So I'll put thank you. So the stats have gone up a little bit, which is nice, even though I've not actually made a new recording for, as I said, for a few days. The last one I did was the 19th. It was only 2 days ago. And then I've got... Right, here we go. I've got another message. I'm going to just read this out. I didn't do a Jason Q&A Friday last night, or yesterday, because I had no questions. So, didn't do one. I did post, asking for questions, but... So, okay, cool. I got a message here. This is for under 1,564. Let me bore you to sleep. 17th of February 2026. So 17th, 89, 20. It's a few days ago. From Cara. I listened to this on your website and it was the best part of my day, maybe even my week really. I laughed harder than I have in months. The topic you chose really leads itself to bringing out the most hilarious commentary from you. I feel so lucky that I just happened to decide to listen to you today. Oh, thank you. That was lovely. Thanks, Cara. I appreciate that. So I will reply to that later on. But you've been mentioned, so you're probably hearing it anyway. Was that the Tuesday, Trivia Tuesday? Because... in fact, that was the last recording I did. The last Let Me Bore You to Sleep I did was Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So it's 3 days ago. I do believe. Even though, I uploaded it on the 18th because... uploaded it the 18th. Because that's how long it took to edit and produce and to upload and to all that stuff. It's a process. Pretty sure I just heard someone at my door. If they knock, I'll hear it. If they ring the doorbell, I'll hear it. Might be downstairs. I'm listening. I'm really, really listening. But yeah, I've got one, which is really cool, called Extreme Deep and Confusing Sleep, which I did on the 17th. No, I did the 16th, sorry. I uploaded it on 17th. 16th of whatever, so 7, 8, 9, 20, 21, 5 days ago. And it's getting more listeners or more viewers than any of my recordings for a long time, or any of my videos for a long time, like a long time. So I'm quite pleased with that. It's made me very happy. So I'm hoping that if I just keep doing I'll do a different recording. Once I'm still going to make a podcast episode, I think, every day next week, because I enjoy doing it. So it's not even, I won't be doing two. So I might do a Let Me Bore You to Sleep, then I'll do a hypnosis one the next day, then a Let Me Bore You to Sleep, then a hypnosis, do something like that. But at the same time, work on, organising the podcasts and getting the new website all kind of sorted out. Also sorting out the jasonnewland.com, so the playlists are all up to date and stuff. So it should be good. I'll hopefully have most of that done by the end of the week. But I also want to make new recordings. And if I can, I think the turn your mind off and sleep was a good recording. I also think Healing While You Sleep, which I did on the 17th, was a good recording as well. Forgiveness and Quiet Freedom, I think, was really good, which was on the 12th. I know I'm being biased here by saying what I think is good, but Relaxing Body Scan, now I'm being biased for this one. It's a video, it's also a podcast, 43 minutes and 12 seconds left, long rather. It's quite funny. Because I was kind of meditating and I started having these weird, I was just saying silly things, and I watched it back and I found it mildly amusing. Mildly. Just a little bit. A tad. Let Me Bore You to Sleep. Yeah, so Forgiveness as Quiet Freedom. Again, I think one of the problems is I do so many recordings, so many videos, that they can get lost a little bit. So it's one of those things that I'm just going to continue to do. So I learned nothing from what I've just told you. I just said, I'm doing too many. Yeah, I'm going to continue doing too many. I'm probably not. I'm probably going to do one recording a day instead of 2 recordings a day, or at least attempting to do 2 recordings. So maybe make a sleep hypnosis recording every 2 days. So like 3 a week, something like that. When can I do it? Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Monday, Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, Friday. No, I don't know. So Q&A Friday, although I didn't do one yesterday because I had no questions. Oh, did I tell you? On my Facebook, so I've got a couple of Facebook pages and a Facebook group called Jason Newland's Boring Group, which you may be a member of if you're listening to this. I got a copyright warning. So I'm recording videos, I'm uploading them. So the ones I do to YouTube, they've got music in the background, but it's YouTube music. And only the hypnosis ones, not the Let Me Bore You to Sleep. So I was adding those, not sharing it from YouTube, but just, posting the whole thing onto the Facebook so people could watch them live or watch the video without having to leave Facebook. So I got a copyright from Facebook saying, no, you can't do that. We don't want you to, we're not happy. So I disappointed another person. I spent my whole life disappointing people. It's been brilliant. And so now I'm only going to be uploading the Let Me Bore You to Sleep ones because I own that. I own this. You know, I own me. So there's no copyright here. It's me. So there. So if I want to post this video onto Facebook, I can. But if I add some music from somewhere else, then it can be like a copyright thing. It's not a copyright issue on YouTube because it's YouTube's music catalogue that I've chosen from, if that makes sense. So what I'll be doing going forward is probably just share the hypnosis video onto Facebook from YouTube, and that's it. Because just like with the, I mean, ideally, yeah, just like with YouTube, having one video per recording, not lots of different ones, just one recording. I'm thinking maybe I'll do that the same as what I'm trying to do with the podcasts. Instead of just one, it'd be two. One overnight with music, one overnight without music. And also less podcasts as well, which can only be in some ways a good thing. Not episodes, but just actual podcasts. As it's been getting a little bit too many. I get a bit carried away sometimes through enthusiasm, and I don't really want to knock that, because enthusiasm it can be it could be a lifesaver, it could be a lifesaver. And having enthusiasm for something can really make the difference. You know, even if everything else is going a bit poo-shaped at times, having at least one thing that you feel passionate about, and I don't mean all the time, but if something you're able to get back to. I mean, there's times when I don't want to do anything. I'll go to bed and I won't want to move from my bed. I don't care about any of this stuff, but I always come back to it. I always, you know, as soon as I wake up in the morning, I think about this. When I go to bed at night, I'm thinking about this. You know, when I go to bed, I'm thinking, oh, I wonder how many people are going to watch my videos, or how many people are going to listen to my recordings. And I wake up and I'm thinking, I wonder how many people have watched my videos. It's like just the same kind of continuation. I can't wait to get out of bed so I can check the stats. Got to check the stats on the podcast. Got to check the stats on YouTube, and you know, also got to change my bedding now because I just wet the bed or something. You know, just the standard stuff. And yeah, it's nice to have something to look forward to. It's not. I mean, it's not the same as. It's not an exciting thing. It's not like I'm going on a date and thinking, "Oh, I wonder what they look like. I wonder what it's going to feel like to finally hold hands and fall in love over the breadsticks." I mean, I know not every restaurant has breadsticks, and not every date is going to be in a restaurant. I'm generalising on that one, but I'm just thinking, you know, you like put your hand over to maybe get a breadstick each, and the sparks, you know, and you're like, oh, this is nice. Mind you, if the sparks lasted too long, it wouldn't be pleasurable, would it? It was like, it'd be a full electric shock. And it's like, nah, we're not compatible. Every time we touch each other, we end up in hospital. It's just, no, it's not good. It's like, I just wanted a breadstick. Why do they call them breadsticks, though? Because it's not really bread, is it? I don't know what it's made of. You say, well, it's made of yeast, it's made of dough. It is bread. Yeah, but bread is not crunchy. You know what I mean? I mean, I like bread rolls that are crunchy. Makes me happy. Yeah, I like that. But breadsticks. I mean, they are nice. I think everyone needs some breadsticks. Breadsticks are nice, especially if you're waiting for your meal to come through, and you know, dip them in your wine. You know, to look sophisticated, and it's nice, but it takes ages for them to get soggy. Mind you, if you dip them into your soup, they get soggier quicker. In fact, I would say probably they work better with soup than wine. But it depends. It depends what mood you're in, really. Yes, it depends. It depends. So, how long have I been talking on here? According to this, right. According to it, and this does not make sense to me. Okay. I've been talking for an hour and 5 minutes. Yeah. I did half an hour before. It was only a couple of minutes ago that I went around and did it again. How can I have been on here for over an hour and a half? There's no way I've been here and tell me, please, anyone? Oh, someone's being naughty to me. What are they saying? It gives electro power. 3 people on this live is crazy. I do better in 5 minutes. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. Oh, yeah. I know. It'll take a while. Maybe in a few years, if I keep doing it, I might get up to 5. 5 viewers. Oh, didn't say my name right. I didn't try. Izzy Pelisi Badoodoo. Is that correct? Louis Badoodoo. I'll be honest, I can't actually see your name. I can see bits of it, but I can't really. The writing's a little bit too small. Lois, Elequipawawa. That's it, isn't it? Wow. Sometimes I really impress myself. I really kind of like. Do you ever do that sometimes? Think to yourself, that was a good moment in my life, that was. And as I'm lying in bed tonight, holding on to a big ice cube. I'm in the middle of defrosting my freezer at the moment. But what I do is I knock a big chunk of ice out and I just cuddle it when I'm in bed. I don't know why, really. And it's strange how habits just form. That is probably the dumbest thing I've ever said in my life. It's up there, isn't it? So let's go over that again. So you're trying to slowly defrost your freezer by reducing the amount of ice that's in there. So what you do is you knock a big bit of ice off of the freezer every night, and then you cuddle that in your bed when you go to bed. You cuddle that bit of ice. Yeah. I mean, you could argue, like, how big is the freezer to start with? Because if you're going to cuddle a bit of ice, you can't cuddle an ice cube. You can hold an ice cube. You can place the ice cube under your armpit or between your legs, or, you know, being weird, but armpit. I don't think we give enough credit to armpits, because they do quite, like, there's part of our body that I just don't. I don't think they get enough credit. Don't get enough love. You know? Like the creases, the crease in your arm, that bit there. Or the backs of your legs, the crease behind your knee. Your knee gets all the credit. Oh, my knees. Oh, what lovely knees you got. People walk up to me and say, oh, your knees are so knobbly. Oh, I'd love to touch them. Love to touch your knees. But that's what the police are like around here. Ew, always touching my knees. Get off, Mr. Policeman. I don't want you touching my knees. Oh, please. They love saying please because it sounds like police. I don't know. By the way, if you're ever in the UK, if you're on holiday, I like to give travel tips every now and then. And what you do, there's a kind of a different way to talk to police people in the UK than there is, like, if you're not. It is also a different way to talk to them if you're on holiday. Because you get treated better. If you're on holiday, all you need to do is, if you go up to a policeman and say, "Oi, get here now." That's what you do. You shout out, "Oi," from a distance. Because shouting only really works if it's from a distance. If it's close up, it looks silly. Like, everyone's a little bit confused. Why are you shouting? Oh, I don't really know. And you end up having to, like, step back a little bit to make it make sense. So, from a distance, "Oi, get here now." Now, I'll interpret this for you if you want. So, the "oi" is to catch their attention. It's a very English way of saying, "Oh, my good man," or "my good friend." Is kind of very colloquial or whatever. My good friend. So, "Oi, get here" is, "Please would you mind coming towards me so that I can discuss with you a very personal and legal matter." So that's what that means. Because it's a big long sentence, it's easier just to say, "Get here." And now, nah. Which is now, but it's nah. What that means is, whenever you're ready, no hurry. I'm happy to wait as long as it takes for you to maybe give up some of your valuable time to help me in my endeavour at this, But it's fine. I'm not in any hurry. I'm happy just to wait here. And I'm a very, very patient person with a lot of respect towards you and your profession. Thank you for your service. So that's what that means. Nah. There's quite a lot from one, like, noise, one sound. Nah. So just to let you know, if you're coming from another country and you need help from police, or maybe it's just directions, just like, "Oi, get here now," and that's it. And they will respond in a way that you will be very surprised at the way that they will treat you. I think you'll be delighted, in fact. And I mean, halfway through the conversation with the police person, you will not only be focusing on how wonderfully you're being treated, you'll be starting to think, like, when's the next time you can come back to England? You'll be starting to plan your next holiday back here because you're having such a good damn time. Yes. But anyway, I'm going to go. So my battery's running out. Not my battery. No, the the camera. So I'm going to go, thank you for listening. Remember to be kind to yourself, because you do deserve to be happy, and be gentle with yourself. You deserve to feel safe. Lots of love. Bye.